Cam Ward isn't waiting anymore, and the Titans' next head coach just got a message. The Tennessee Titans may have finished the 2025 season buried at the bottom of the standings, but inside that locker room, one voice is getting louder, and it belongs to Cam Ward. 3 wins. 14 losses. No permanent head coach. A franchise searching for direction. Yet while everything around the Titans feels uncertain, one thing is suddenly crystal clear. Cam Ward believes this team belongs to him, and he's not staying silent while the front office decides its future. Welcome to NFL Snapwire. Let's get into it. The Titans entered the offseason with more questions than answers. Another failed season. Another coaching reset. Another year of frustration for a fan base desperate for stability. But amid the chaos, Cam Ward quietly did something that matters far more than box scores. He became the unquestioned leader of the locker room. And now, as Tennessee lines up interviews for its next head coach, Ward has sent a direct, unmistakable message about what and who he wants leading this team. At a January 5th press conference, Ward didn't dodge the topic. He didn't give a generic answer. He didn't play it safe. Instead, he spoke like a franchise quarterback who understands that coaching decisions can define careers. "We just want someone who's going to lead us, who's going to hold every player accountable," Ward said. "Whether it's offensive or defensive, they've got to put us in the right situations. We want a player's coach, someone who listens to us, cares about our bodies, and does what's best for the team and the organization." That wasn't coach speak. That was a quarterback drawing a line. Ward wasn't asking for play designs or scheme preferences. He wasn't lobbying for a specific system. What he wants is culture, accountability, and trust, things the Titans haven't had consistently in years. And this wasn't just talk for the cameras. Ward confirmed that he's already had conversations with team president Chad Brinker and general manager Mike Borgonzi. He wants to understand the mindset of the candidates. He wants to know how they lead, how they communicate, how they treat players when things go wrong. That's a bold stance for a quarterback still early in his NFL career, but it's also a sign of how the Titans' power structure is shifting. The reality is, Tennessee has tried both ends of the coaching spectrum, and neither has worked. Brian Callahan was brought in as the offensive specialist who could modernize the Titans and unlock their potential. Instead, his tenure collapsed almost immediately. 3 wins. 14 losses in year 1. Year 2 wasn't any better. A 1-5 start sealed his fate, and Callahan was gone before the season could even stabilize. The offense never found consistency. The locker room never fully bought in. And the results spoke for themselves. Interim head coach Mike McCoy didn't stop the bleeding. Under McCoy, the Titans went 2-9, finishing another miserable season without momentum, confidence, or identity. Before Callahan, the Titans leaned the other way with Mike Vrabel, a former NFL linebacker who built his reputation on toughness, defense, and discipline. Vrabel had early success. In his first 4 seasons, Tennessee made the playoffs 3 times. But cracks formed. Personnel decisions backfired. Locker room tensions surfaced. And the trade of A.J. Brown, who later helped the Eagles win Super Bowl 59, became a symbol of organizational miscalculation. In his final 2 seasons, the Titans missed the playoffs entirely. So now, the franchise stands at a crossroads. And Cam Ward is standing right at the center of it. The Titans have reportedly narrowed their search to 4 serious candidates, and the list says a lot about where this organization is leaning. After back-to-back disastrous seasons under an offensive-minded head coach, Tennessee appears increasingly open to a defensive-led reset. First up is Matt Nagy. Currently the Kansas City Chiefs offensive coordinator, Nagy has won 2 Super Bowls alongside Patrick Mahomes. His resume includes head coaching experience with the Chicago Bears, where he posted a 34-31 record and led the team to 2 playoff appearances. Nagy brings credibility, championship pedigree, and offensive expertise, but his Bears tenure also raises questions about long-term leadership and adaptability. Then there's Steve Spagnuolo, the architect of some of the most dominant defenses in recent NFL history. Since 2019, Spagnuolo has won 3 Super Bowls as Kansas City's defensive coordinator. His defenses are aggressive, flexible, and ruthless when it matters most. But his past as a head coach is far less impressive. A 10-38 record with the St. Louis Rams. No playoff appearances. A brief and unsuccessful stint as the Giants' interim head coach. Elite coordinator. Questionable head coach. Vance Joseph is another defensive name on the list. In his second stint as the Broncos' defensive coordinator, Denver surged to a top 3 scoring defense in 2025, allowing just 18.3 points per game. The turnaround was undeniable. But Joseph's head coaching record, 11-21 over 2 seasons in Denver, still lingers as a red flag. Finally, there's Lou Anarumo, one of the most respected defensive minds in football. Now with the Colts, Anarumo built his reputation in Cincinnati, where his defense carried the Bengals to the Super Bowl in 2021. His unit famously shut down Patrick Mahomes in the second half of the AFC Championship, forcing overtime and sealing the win with an interception. Anarumo hasn't been a head coach yet, but many around the league believe his time is coming. And that brings us back to Cam Ward. The Titans are clearly leaning defense. Experience. Structure. Accountability. But will that align with Ward's vision? Ward isn't asking to run the franchise, but he is demanding to be heard. He wants a coach who communicates, who protects players, who earns trust rather than demands it. The next head coach won't just shape the Titans' scheme. He'll shape Cam Ward's future. And for the first time in a long time, Tennessee's quarterback isn't waiting quietly for decisions to be made around him. He's speaking up. And the Titans would be wise to listen. That's the latest from NFL Snapwire. If you want more real-time updates, smart breakdowns, and the stories shaping the league, make sure you're locked in. We'll see you next time.